Hey everybody, it is week something. I think it might be week 8, which is crazy because that puts us over the hump for the semester. Okay, so I want to just get down to it. First of all, I've caught up with, I've returned your progress reports to you, your first ones, and given you feedback there. I always like getting through the progress reports because it's the first chance that we're really doing one-on-one stuff. I mean, a lot of you email me and I email you back, but this is just a good opportunity to work together one-on-one just a little bit and focus on some specific things. So anyway, that's good. I got those back to you. I have just returned your letter assignment, your proposal letters, and I think I still have a couple of outstanding ones for people who turn them in late, but I will get those back to you probably sometime this weekend. And okay, so those are back, and something that came up mainly because I asked about it is the community here in our classroom, and also the feedback that folks are getting, and a lot of people do continue, or I shouldn't say continue to, people on a number of you said that you wish people wouldn't be so kind. You know, some of you actually said that occasionally something hurt your feelings, and hopefully I gave some good advice on dealing with that, and hopefully if you are somebody who may have hurt somebody's feelings, you will consider how can I improve upon that and do better. And it's not by not giving critical feedback, but it is about giving feedback especially when it's critical, giving it in a positive a way as possible. So one of the things I do want to bring up, because so many people, I shouldn't say so many people, a handful of people really said that they wish the feedback was a little more useful. And some of you have picked different avenues of dealing with, or what you focus on and what you give feedback on, and that's just fine. That's not what I want to say. What I do want to say, and I mentioned this a few times on people's papers, just in general feedback when I talked about what the kind of things I'd like to see. One, I think, goal that I haven't maybe expressed as clearly as I should have is that one of the reasons that I like the discussion board is not just that you get to see how many people address the assignment differently, not just that you get to receive feedback from a variety of different perspectives. All of that is very valuable, but another opportunity you get that you will hopefully be able to utilize out in the real world is that you have an opportunity to say things that can feel kind of awkward to say, like, you know, there are areas for improvement here, and there you know, you need to look at this a little closer, and that kind of thing. There are things that we as people find awkward to say to one another when we have to provide that criticism and maybe point out a flaw or something like that. This is a great opportunity for you to practice giving criticism, or as I put it on some of the papers, once I sort of figured out this phrase, this is an opportunity for you to practice saying awkward things without repercussions. I mean, yes, there can be repercussions. You could hurt somebody's feelings. I guess what I'm saying is you're not going to get fired for it. Nobody's going to lose their job over it. No one's going to get disciplinary action because I'm not going to downgrade you if you give feedback that isn't accurate or isn't or it even isn't kind, although that is sort of part of the idea, is to learn how to say those awkward, difficult things in a professional way. Whereas, you know, the kind of thing that I want you to keep thinking about is your audience, and how does your audience receive things. I want you to think of, you know, how can I make this criticism appeal to them? How can I want them to hear this criticism and take it in and improve upon what they're doing? How can I get them to see that I value what they're contributing at the same time that I want them to be able to improve and be better? So this is that opportunity. You know, so it is an opportunity also to practice, I suppose, being a little more hard, but I don't really think that that is the opportunity you have here. I'm not asking you to be mean. I do not want you to be mean. I don't want you hurting people's feelings. I want you figuring out how to say the difficult things in a safe and in a semi-safe environment. You might still get some feedback that you know, that it was hard to hear. You might get that feedback. But I think this is such a valuable opportunity that you have to kind of work on this lab thing, and because it's hard to tell a coworker, even a coworker, heck, even somebody who works you know, maybe below you, maybe a member of your staff, it's hard to give criticism, and to be able to practice it here, this is, I'm sorry, it's a gift. And I want to, not only do I want to see you practicing it, but what I saw in a number of the progress reports is other people want to see you practicing it. They want to see you practicing quality feedback that really helps them improve. I mean, everybody likes to be encouraged, but sometimes something a little more concrete is what we're really after. But I would say that there are folks who have a hard time taking in criticism, and you want to consider that as part of your audience, people who have a hard time taking it in. So how can you say difficult things and have it be well received? So going forward, do keep thinking about that kind of thing. Now, just to give you a heads up for the week, you don't have a safe assign thing due this week, but I decided if you look on your syllabus, you'll see that I say, note, you have 2 projects for 1 discussion board. And what I ended up deciding to do is, because there are a few people, it took a while to kind of catch on to giving feedback to, you know, more than one person, or heck, even any people. There are some people who, for whatever reason, turned in a discussion post late, or they didn't get as many points as they might have wanted. This is an opportunity. What I decided to do is have 1 required, and then the second one is actually going to be a bonus one that can replace your lower score. And how I'll do it is you can replace your lower score for any initial discussion post and any follow-up post. They don't have to go together. It can be 2 separate ones, and I will replace them right into your gradebook. So hopefully that is something that you're interested in. That bonus one is a flyer, and basically the assignment is going to be for, and it's the same for both the required and the optional discussion post. It's for a charitable event that is being put on by your company, and it is going to be advertised to the general public. We've been working mostly on internal stuff, or maybe some business-to-business stuff. This is going out to the general public, and I want to specifically say this. The required discussion post is a press release, and a press release is a very formal document with formal elements and required formatting and different things. Not unlike a business letter, but really they almost always look the same. There's no, if a picture is included, it's an attachment. It's not it's not laid out like an article. It's very text-driven, and there are specific requirements for the text, and that's why I'll provide a link in the discussion post. And so don't make up the news release, the press release as you go along. This is applied workplace writing. We're literally applying it to a press release format to what you're doing. And really pay attention to that section of your textbook, and also take a look at that link that I send you. It's got an example so you can see what it looks like when it's laid out. But you may not be in the marketing department of wherever you work. Heck, you might not even have a marketing department where you work. A lot of you work many different places. But that does not mean that your organization will not put out a press release. And there could come a time somebody says, hey, anybody know how to write a press release? You might be the most qualified person based on having done it in this one assignment. So I'm going to give you that heads up. And just one more thing before I go. The next week, not based on when I'm recording this, but the week after that, I think week 9, I get really confused on which week we're in because I record early. But the following week, we are going to do some things related to that grammar quiz. Probably going to have you hit that grammar quiz again. and we're going to do some exercises related to that. I just wanted to give you a heads up in case you know, a lot of you referred to the grammar quiz in your progress reports, and you know, said you were going to maybe work on improving certain things. Well, focus on the things that give you the most trouble. Think about some of those things, and maybe try to fit a little bit of that in the next week or two to kind of gear you up for the exciting world of grammar, which nobody likes, but it really can be fun. It can be fun to get a rule down and know how to look for it and find it. Okay, it's not really fun, but it doesn't have to be torturous. Okay, I hope you all have a good week, and one other thing that I wanted to mention, and I'm sorry that it goes back to the discussion posts and the follow-up things, is it would be really great, some of you are already doing this, but when you go to make those follow-up posts, if you would, you know how you can quickly see how many posts there are in a particular discussion post, like how many follow-ups, if you could look for the ones with the lower numbers so that everybody's getting a good set of feedback. Sometimes, you know, 7 people or more will reply to one person, and then 2 or 3 will reply to one, which is, you know, that's still good, but it would be nice to see some balance there. So if you can try to make a conscious effort to look for those folks who aren't getting as much feedback, I'd appreciate it, and so would they. I know this because I read their progress reports. So thanks so much, and again, have a good week, and I will talk with you soon. I'm still recording.